Hello YouTube, T-Sparks here for a quick review, rant, whatever you want to call it thing. Now I've been watching some reviews of Season 8 and have noticed that there seems to be a lot of hate for this season. Now I will admit there were about 6 or 7 episodes that were very disappointing, but there was also some really great episodes, not to mention one of the best villains we've had in the show. And I will fight you on that. But there are some things that keep getting brought up that I'd like to address, get my opinion on. So, here I go. One of them is the road to friendship with Trixie and Starlight. Now, I have found a lot of people getting their panties in a twist about Starlight trading Trixie's wagon. Now, of course, I agree, she had no right to do that, and it was her fault, and she should not have even considered it. But, you gotta remember that she was overstressed from the road trip, and she thought she was doing Trixie a favor. Just think about it. They were stuck in that wagon, and the wagon was falling apart, it was uncomfortable. She figured she was helping Trixie. Sure, it was wrong, and she should be punished for it. But she did not intend to screw over Trixie. And I've also heard people say, oh, Trixie deserves a better friend than Starlight, because Starlight did that. Did you guys forget who Trixie is? She literally enslaves children. She almost killed Pinkie Pie. If it weren't Pinkie Pie, she would have been dead. Only Pinkie Pie can breathe without a mouth. She tortured Ponyville. Sure, part of it had to do with the amulet, but we all know that Trixie's core personality was part of that. Her revenge for being humiliated. Trixie is a total narcissistic bitch. But when she's with Starlight, she changes. Sure, there are times she still goes back to her original self like an all bottled up. But she becomes much more personable and likable with Starlight. Now, Starlight, I love her to death. She's my second favorite of everybody in the show. But she does have that harshness to her personality. She's got that quick knee-jerk reaction. I think DWK said it best. That, whenever Glimmer is with the main six, they will generally fix any mistakes she made and clean up her mess. But when she's with Trixie, she's forced to be the adult in the room. But it doesn't always work. Now, Trixie has been becoming a great character ever since Starlight and Trixie hooked up. But they are still their base personality. You know, they can't just drop their bad traits or they'd be pretty boring. So I just wanted to address that because it's pretty, I've seen a lot of people complain about it, throwing fits about it. Oh, Season 8's the worst season ever. I hate this show now. I'm glad it's ending. Boo! Well, screw you guys. Aren't they the same guys that said when Twilight got her wings that it was the most worst thing ever and the hell with the show and screw all y'all? A lot of people are still bitching about that. So, I will agree this season wasn't as good as 7. It was a lot better than 6, but not as good as 7. But we had some real gems here. Celestia. We got to know Celestia personally for the first time in Horseplay. We got to get Spike his wings. We got to know the Student 6 more. That's another complaint I'm hearing, is a lot of people are bitching that they didn't use the students enough. Which is a fair point, but you gotta remember how big the cast is. You can't just put show everybody doing everything at the same time. There has to be a balance. Now, there are a few episodes that I will agree could have been cut, like the Applejack and Rainbow Dash one, non-compete clause. That was crap. I will admit that one. The students were good in it, but Applejack and Rainbow were dumb as rocks. I didn't care for Maud's episode, because I think they screwed Maud up in that episode. I know she's in love now, so she's allowed to emote. But Maud has always showed her emotions with just a smile. When she got along with Starlight, that little smile sold everything. But then all of a sudden when she gets a boyfriend, she's sitting there smiling, saying, "Oh, I love everything he does. He's the greatest thing ever." That's not Maud. Maybe I'm just me and I just don't like that guy, but I just don't think they treated Maud very well. So, I just wanted to do a quick defense of Season 8 here. So many people are just shitting all over it. And nobody's giving constructive criticism, they're just all, it didn't happen the way I wanted it to, so it sucks. Now, I will want to say something here, is that I am actually glad the show's ending at the end of the next season. We don't want it to turn into The Simpsons. The longer the show goes on, the more I've noticed that people tend to lose interest in it. Even though some of the episodes we're getting are better than we've ever gotten before, some people have lost the zeal for the show. So, I'd say yes, end it before it gets stale. And from what I hear, Season 9 should be something pretty epic. I don't know how they're going to end it. Some say there's going to be an epic war, but I don't know if I see that with MLP. I have some thoughts on Gen 5, but I'll release that in a separate video. So, thank anyone that listened to my insane ramblings. And let me be clear, this was just a rant to rant. And all I'm going to say is the people that don't like the season, I guess that's fair. You have your right to not like it. But all I can say is, screw you guys. Anyway, bye all, and please support the official release.
We'll just have to bust our way out!